Okay, so as I was saying, Sebastien Bezo, I'm the Political Communication Officer for PSAC Atlantic. I work out of the Halifax office, and this webinar is on MailChimp. It will be recorded, so probably tomorrow it will be posted on the website for you to share. And then you'll be able to listen to it again if you have any more questions. So just so you know, there is a chat box on your control panel. Throughout the whole presentation, if you have any questions, that would be the place to list your questions. I'll be able to answer them throughout the presentation. And it's best if you do so when we talk about a specific spot on MailChimp so we can address it right away to make sure we clear your questions as soon as possible. The reason why we're doing this, one of our local president, Sister King from CEIU in Sydney, Nova Scotia, one day called me up with some questions about MailChimp. So instead of just, doing on one-on-one, I thought I'd use this as an opportunity and offer this training for the entire region. And I'm aware that some of our brothers and sisters from other regions are also joining us today. So thank you, Sister King, for this request. As you can see, if you request a webinar, usually we'll do our best to put it on for all of you. So what is MailChimp? Well, I'll give you basically the game plan for this evening. We're not going to go over the hour. I know we're all busy. We all have, crazy schedules. So this is a 1-hour training session. We're not going to go over that. If you have any questions after that, feel free to get a hold of me. So we're going to do a little bit introduction. What is MailChimp? Then we'll go over MailChimp somewhat in detail, and you'll see on my screen, I'll browse through MailChimp. Following that, as an exercise, you will see me from scratch build a list, create a campaign, and then send the campaign email to you while we do the webinar. You'll receive the email, hopefully you'll open it, and then you'll see the data on the screen as we do it. So MailChimp, what it is, it's basically a free website / software that sends emails, or also called newsletters, e-blasts, or e-newsletter. Whatever you want to call it, at the end of the day, we're sending a fancy email. That's what it is. But it's even more than that because you get to track who opened it, when they opened it, where they clicked on the email, and so on and so forth. So it gives you a lot of good, reliable data to use. It's free. That's good. I mean, there's not many things that are free nowadays, but MailChimp is free, but only if you have less than 2,000 email subscribers. So basically, if you have less than 2,000 emails, you're good to go, and most of our locals have less than 2,000 members, so you should be able to get the free version. The only time you will pay more is if you send up to more than 12,000 emails per month. So in this case, if you had 2,000 subscribers, you'd have to send like 6 emails in a month, which is really a lot. So there's no expiring trial, no contract or credit card required. It sounds too good to be true, but it isn't. Us at PSAC Atlantic, we pay roughly $100 a month. That's because we send 3 newsletters per month. We send one of them bi-weekly to our Treasury Board and agency email address, and then we send 1 monthly e-newsletter for our directly chartered locals. So that's about 14,000 emails that we send in a month. So for $100 a month, it's fairly reasonable. The good thing about MailChimp is you can have different lists. Let's say you're a local that's for the entire province of New Brunswick, for example. Well, you can create a list of emails per city, per province, or even if you're an RVP, for example, a regional vice president, and you service a few different provinces, well, you can create different lists based on different locals. So you can create as many lists as you want. So depending on what message you want to send out, you get that flexibility with MailChimp. And finally, the reports. That's what is really fun to look at, and you can get it can get a bit addictive because every hour you want to check how many people opened the email, where they clicked, and so on. And the other good thing about it is basically when an email bounces back, it's going to tell you. So, and when it bounces, you can go double check why it bounced, and it will tell you maybe because the email address was wrong, and sometimes you'll see like joblo@hotmail.co, so it's missing the M for .com. So you can easily fix that. Or some people will unsubscribe and you will see that as well. So it just gives you a lot of valuable information. Now, before I go in depth over MailChimp, I just want to see how many of you really use MailChimp currently. I know a lot of our locals do use MailChimp, so I'm just going to launch a poll here that's going to pop up on your screen. So basically, do you currently use MailChimp? Select one of the following, yes or no. And at the same time, this is just a test for me to see how many people are actually looking at the screen. Okay, we're still 81% of you voted, 89%. Just going to give you another 10 seconds. Well, there's a vast majority that's saying no. You'll get to see the results when I close it as well. So we'll close the poll now, and we'll share the results. So 24% of you do currently use MailChimp, and 76% do not. Well, that's great. So hopefully we'll be able to teach you some new skills for the people who currently use it. And if for the people who don't use it, hopefully you'll see the benefits of using MailChimp. So let's go in MailChimp per se. This is what you see when you log on to MailChimp. So once you have created your username and your password, like any other website like Facebook or Twitter, it's going to ask you for your first, last name, and email address, what you'd like as your username, the same type of jargon info that you need to enter when you sign up to a program. This is basically the dashboard that you will see. You see the MailChimp logo over there. Then you have campaigns. And I'm going to click on all of them except automation because that's a bit more complicated. And even myself, I don't really play with it. So if you click on campaigns, this is where you see your past campaigns. Again, this is where the data kicks in, which is really fun. So the last campaign I sent was the DCL newsletter of the month of November. So I sent it on Thursday at 10 a.m. I have 462 subscribers on that email, and 49% of people opened it, and about 2% of them clicked on it. Just so you know, the average for people to click or to open an email for nonprofit organizations such as unions is 20%. So we're well above the average. It's something we can pat ourselves on the back because about 50% of the subscribers open the email. So that's terrific. The next one over just below is the bi-weekly one that's sent to Treasury Board and separate agencies, employers, was sent November 17, again, Thursday, 10 a.m. Data reveal that the best time to send an email is at Thursday, 10 a.m. People will usually open it within the first 2 hours. If not, then it's going to go throughout the entire weekend. And then sometimes on Monday you get a few, but usually from Thursday to Sunday, that's when most people will open their email. On that one, our list is way bigger. We have over 7,000 subscribers. Again, open rate of over 50% and clicks 10%. That's a lot. And if you just bring your cursor over, it converts the statistics. Well, when 50% open it, what does it mean? It's about 3,500 people that open the email. So when you click on campaigns, you just get to see all the data. And this is pretty good considering we just started sending e-newsletters, I think about 3 or 4 months ago. If you want to create a campaign, you can click over here and it will, you have different options on creating a campaign, but I'm not going to do that right this second. I just wanted to show you a bit of the data. Now, if we go under templates, right over there, I myself have different, usually have 1 or 2 templates available, and I call them bilingual template because anything we do in the region has to be bilingual format. So for yourself, if you want to save yourself some time, it's good that you create yourself a template. That way, you save some time because there's always going to be some information that will remain the same. And I'm going to click on it to show you. Now you're actually getting a sneak peek of the e-newsletter that's going out this Thursday. By the way, if you don't get it, please sign up. You can sign up on our website, on our Facebook page. So this is the one I'll be sending out on Thursday. For example, the header will always remain the same. I'm never going to change that. So having a template, I'm never changing this. I'm basically just changing the meat of the newsletter, the main content. So this Thursday, for example, our convention call, everything is on our website. So this is like the main aspect of our newsletter. Bill C-27, that the Liberals trying to, mess with the pensions. Then the Equity and Human Rights calendar in December. I'll put a link to the video of the webinar, so in case people miss the webinar, they can actually view the video, and Education Corner, which still needs to be updated, and I'll do a bit later on with all of you so you can see. And again here, this jargon, it's not going to change. The only thing I'm going to change is the month. Our mailing address and everything else remains the same. And same for here, the social media follow, our Facebook page, our Twitter, it's not going to change. So it's all going to remain the same. So it's good to have a template. I'll show you in a bit how you create that, but I just wanted you to see what's hiding under here, this button. The next one we're going to see is list. So I have a few different lists. When people sign up, they automatically go in this one here that's called PSAC Atlantic e-newsletter. I have one subscriber, and that's me, because I can't show you the other list because you will see personal information of our other union brothers and sisters with their email addresses, and that would violate their privacy. So I can't go click on it. But basically, it gives you some data again, like the DCL. We have 460 subscribers, and this is an average. So 46% average opens, and clicks is 2.7. And then for the other newsletter, for the Treasury Board and separate other agencies, you get the same data as well. So, and then for this one, I created this list with the people who had subscribed to the webinar. So later in the exercise, when I actually create a newsletter and send one, I'm going to use this list. So hopefully you'll open the email throughout the webinar and you'll see the statistics come live right away. So these are the different lists that you can create. So if you want to create one per city, per local, per province, per component, you have all these options to do so, and it can be really fun. So we'll click on one list so you can see. It's as simple as that. Email, first name, last name, postal code if you have it, language if you have it, and the member's rating, when it was last changed and date added. So you can see when I became a member. The good thing also is when you go through your reports and you click on my name, you can see how many campaigns I've opened. So you get all this additional information. There's many ways where you can add some subscribers to a list. I can do it from this list per se, add a subscriber, or I can import subscribers. You can add subscriber manually, one by one, or you can import subscriber. Let's say you have an Excel spreadsheet, that's how you would do it. It saves you a lot of time, and it's easy. It's just step by step. Then you have sign-up forms. If you, for example, an embedded form, let's say someone has a website and you want to create a sign-up form to put on your website, well, MailChimp does the work for you. You just have to select it and you just fill in the blanks. See, the work is done for you already. This is what it's going to show. You can change a few things on the left-hand side, but all the work is done. Then you get the HTML code you're supposed to put on your website. For people who understand that, this is what they like to see. But there's just different sign-up forms depending on what you'll be using. So let's double check here on this one. Form integration is really important because this is where you can create a sign-up a form on your Twitter or on your Facebook feed as well. Like for us, for PSAC Atlantic, there's two ways you can sign up. I'm going to show you right now. You can go on our website and right at the bottom, receive our newsletter. All basically that we ask is an email address, and then you don't even have to check it, but at least this way I know in which list to put you, in components or DCL, or you can select both. Click on subscribe. A few minutes later, bam, you're into my distribution list. As simple as that. Facebook is the same. Let's see, PSAC. So when you go on our Facebook page, email sign up. It's as simple as that. You click on that, then you can fill the information, and again, it's going to go directly in our MailChimp. So these are what we call integrations that you can do in MailChimp so that, people can sign up without you doing the work yourself. They can automatically do it themselves. So that's what's under list. And then reports, I already talked a bit about it. You basically, get a graph, and then you get all the campaign information as well. I'll give you a more, let's see this one, 10%. Well, we don't generate revenue with our e-newsletters, but some people do. Okay, so see, we had 50 that bounced, 2 members that unsubscribe. And again, the industry average, nonprofit 19, we have 50, we're doing a bang job. For clicking rate, usually it's 2%, we have 10%. Again, that's a lot. And the top links clicked, you get a little breakdown like there. Oh, I'm gonna stop because I can't show you some of the information again because of email addresses. I do want to show you one cool thing though. When people click on your newsletter, you can have like just the click performance, but I myself, I'm more visual, so I like the map. It's just more fun to see where exactly they clicked on it. See here, they clicked on the picture. It's always good to have like a header picture on your newsletter. Don't leave it linkless, if that's even a word. I think I just made up. But when you add a picture, make sure you add a link to your website, to your Facebook page, because most people, they have tendency to click on that. So basically, we had 3.3% clicking on the banner. Now, this is where most people click Treasury Board Bargaining Update on the Read More link, which brought them to the Treasury Board bargaining website on the national website. So 69% people click there. So it just gives you another view of where people clicked. It just gives you an idea. It's more visual, basically. Again, it's all broken down at the bottom as well. So that's it for the reports. So let's create an actual template and then send one. I'm just going to go see if we have any questions so far. No, we're doing good so far. That's good. Okay. Okay, so we're going to create a new template. Now, if you have to do it bilingual, it's good to have the 2 columns, and you can change it later. I mean, you can just pick one of these now, and then you can really customize it yourself. There's just way too many options. It's a bit complicated. So we're just going to pick the 1 column. And this is where, on the right-hand side, where you get all the different options. So this is what we picked on the left. And, they already put the basics in there for you. You just have to change. Don't forget the header, because, and if you try to send the email and you haven't changed this, MailChimp's going to tell you there's an error. You haven't changed one of the generic contents. So we're just going to call it test newsletter. Everything is really just straightforward, basically. So drop an image or browse. So we're going to click on browse. These are images I already have uploaded, but I'm going to upload a new one. Let's see, today I posted a picture of some of our sisters from the Regional Women's Committee in Labrador who were serving meals at the Labrador Friendship Center, which is a program supported by the PSAC Social Justice Fund of $2,500. So they're there volunteering. They don't know I'm using the picture, but it's already on the website and they agreed, so we're all good. If you want to change it, you can. Sometimes when you add a big picture, MailChimp will say right over here, this picture is way too big. It should be 500 by 500. thank you, MailChimp. I'll click on edit. Then you have all these fancy photo editor options. If you want to be fancy, have fun, fill your boots. For the meantime, I'm just going to show you the resize because resize is basically the one you'll be using, or crop. I've never used the crop in there, but let's play with it. So crop like that, or they also have different dimensions already uploaded for you. Click on apply, it's been cropped. We can resize it. This means it's going to be locked, so it's just going to make sure it's well divided. Let's say 400. See, it already changed that one. Okay, it's smaller. Blemish, whitens, funny, what else do they have? Oh, me. Memes, text, red eye. I've never played with these. It's endless. Then you click on save, and boom, it's done. Okay, as I was saying earlier, it's good to add a link in there because people will click on the picture. So you click on link, and we'll say psacatlantic.ca. Insert. That's done. Simple as that. Here, basically, you're just gonna write whatever you want. This is a test. Thank you for opening the email. If you want to add another link, because usually I have like read more. Because in the e-newsletter, you don't want like, I don't know, a two-pager document. You want to put like a little teaser, a one paragraph, because people won't read the entire, they'll just scroll down quickly. You want to grab their attention. When you grab their attention, 2 or 3 sentences, then they'll click on more if they want to read more. If we want to add a link, you highlight it, click on that little link, I guess, and then again, we'll put psacatlantic.ca. You save and close. That's it. At the bottom, you have your social media follow. So here you would put your address for your Twitter, for your Facebook, your website, and you can add another service. So you can add your email address. If you have other ones, I mean, oof, they even have Spotify, Flickr, whatever that is. There's, I mean, again, it's endless. Any social media you have, you can put it in there. Then over here, I'm just going to put, again, just Halifax, just to fill in the blanks to make sure when I send it, doesn't tell me I can't send it. And then 2016. Hopefully that will do it. Now, other options you have on the side, you can add more text, box text, divider, image group. You see them there. Your social media, you have a button. If you're selling tickets, you can add a button somewhere here. Buy now. Support your bargaining teams. And then we'll put, again, just psacatlantic.ca. But just, you know, it's a button. Video footers, so you just have to play with it. It's as simple as that. If I wanted to add more text underneath, you click and you drag, and you just drag it wherever you want it to go. This is where I want the text. And then you can change the heading, you can change the font, you can play with it. I just received a question. I can't, participants are wondering if I can see them. I can't see you unless I put your webcam on if you want to ask a question. That's the only time I can see you. So if you have a question you want to ask it live in webcam, just let me know when you type your question in chat. So basically, this is our newsletter. It, it doesn't look that good right now. Excuse me, but you get the sense of it. I just wanted to show you and play with it a little bit. Remove this. Basically, that's it. I don't think there's anything else I really wanted to cover in there. So once you're done that part, just at the bottom here, you can click on Save and Exit, so you can save your template. Let's say test template. and then save. So there's a test template. So now, if I do want to send a campaign, I can click on Create Campaign. So we'll do just that. Choose a list. So we're going to choose the webinar participants rock. We'll send it to the entire list. Excuse me. Okay, and then right at the bottom, we'll click on Next. And you'll see here all the steps that we're going to be going through. So click on Next. It's loading slowly but surely. Campaign name. Usually myself, I just usually put either DCL or the date of the campaign. So we'll just put test campaign for webinar. Email subject, email test for webinar session. From name, PSAC Atlantic, FBS Atlantic. It's good for the email address. I created a brand new email address just for this because before I did the mistake of using my work email address, and then I would be receiving all the lovely out of offices and what people were gone. So now by having this one, I don't get the out of offices. The other good thing is some people will respond to the e-newsletter, so it's good that you keep an eye in your inbox. These always are check marked. The track opens and track clicks, and you want to make sure they're there because that's how you'll get your report at the end of the day. Here's where it can get pretty neat on social media. You can auto tweet your campaign and you can auto post on Facebook. So basically, this will be like the web address of the e-newsletter itself. So I would say here test e-newsletter November 29. Usually I put a few articles of what's going to be covered in the new e-newsletter, and usually we speak about bargaining update, Phoenix fiasco, government trying to take away good pensions. And that would be it. Same for Facebook. I would put it in there. Now you have to make sure you use, see I have 3 different Facebook, so you have to make sure you click the one that you want it to be posted. So after your e-newsletter is sent, it's going to be automatically tweeted on Twitter, automatically posted on Facebook. And the good thing is when someone clicks on it, then they'll get the option to view past newsletters, and they'll also have the option to subscribe to your newsletter. Okay, so once we're done that, we're going to click on Next. So you get to review your newsletter again. And once you've reviewed it, you can click on Next. And then we'll see if there's a problem. Look, looks like there's a problem. Let's see, review the feedback below before sending your campaign. So you got the list, it's okay. Subject line is okay. The replies, that's okay. Tracking, social, HTML, plain text, bah. Okay. Default text content. We notice some placeholders text in your message. Specifically, we still see they caught something that I have not changed from the template, which is good. Gotta love MailChimp. So where is that? Not sure where it said that information. Just gonna remove all this and see. So it brings you back, and then we'll click on Next. I hope I get to default. Still, click Resolve to edit or remove the placeholder text. Yourfeedearl.com. Does anyone see yourfeedearl.com? It must be over here, one of the websites. Yes, okay, that's where it is. So let's click on Next now and see if it will send. It's Footer automatically. Okay, they inserted a footer to comply with the terms of use. That's fine. Social cards and monkey rewards. Monkey rewards, what it is, if you use MailChimp and you want to make some money out of it, you can basically add their footer at the bottom. If people click on it and subscribe, you can make a bit of money with it. I don't bother. Social cards, it's good because basically you control what's going to be posted on Facebook. Remember earlier we just typed in the text? Well, here you get, if I had like 5 different images, MailChimp will automatically select the image that they want to show. However, if I go into the social card setting, I can select which picture image I want to be used on Facebook and Twitter, and then I can add some information as well. So if you see on the left-hand side, this is what's going to show on Twitter, this is what's going to show on Facebook, and Pinterest. So I'm just going to put e-newsletter. Save and close. Okay, save and close anyway. See, it always tells you, it recommends on things you should be doing. So for Twitter, they wanted me to add a little bit more information, but I'm just going to turn it off right now. Okay, let's see if it's going to send because it's still asking me. Okay, this is cute, you have to admit. You're about to send a campaign to Webinar Participants Rock, 51 subscribers. This is your moment of glory. Should we press on that send now button? Let's do it. Okay, high fives. Your campaign is in the send queue and will go out shortly. It really doesn't take long. So we're going to go have a look. So for those people who are online, please go. We have 27 people online. We usually always get half of people who ever subscribe to actually come on the webinar, so this is a great turnout. I would ask that maybe you can check the email, your email account with the email address which you use to sign up for this webinar, and you should have our e-newsletter. And yeah, so we'll be able to see in a few seconds who actually opened it. So we'll click on campaigns and we'll see. So we have 51 subscribers. See, we already have 2 opens. Let's go see who opened it, can we? Not yet. Let's see, view report. Okay, we have 3 opened already. See, it's instant like that. No clicks, I don't blame you. So we saw, thank you, Brian, for opening the email. So basically that's, in a nutshell, that's how you create a template. And then if I go back in templates, it's there. I always use the same one. I'm just going to update it and save it. So then I just have to add the fresh content. And actually we'll do one right now for my real newsletter for Thursday. So this is Thursday e-newsletter. I'm going to show you how to copy and paste from a Word document because there's not a special way, but there's a proper way of doing it. So the education corner is a section that's always on the e-newsletter. And basically our education officer sends me the text by email in a Word format. So instead of just copying and pasting it, I'm going to do it in a different way. So this is the title, Unionism on Turtle Island. This one I always type it. Turtle Island, apply now. Okay, see here, there's a hyperlink here. There's a link in that message. I'm going to copy this. Instead of just pasting it there, I won't do that because sometimes it won't do it properly. Oh darn, I'm doing the English and the French. That's okay, I just want to show you. So right here, you should see a little W. So paste from rich text editor. Click on it. And basically, this is a safe way to always copy and paste some text. So I'm going to right-click, paste as plain text, click OK, and there's my text. Now I did lose the link because I pasted it as a plain text, but that's okay because I had the wrong language anyways. I'm just going to do it again. Same way, plain text. Now we'll have to use the link again. So we'll go see the link that they sent me. That's the link. I'm going to copy that. Oh, where's MailChimp? Inscrivez-vous ici, so register here. Again, click on the link, copy it there. Bam. Save and close. Now, what I always do as well, just to be on the safe side, because you just don't know if the link is going to work, or what's annoying is sometimes you get these e-newsletters, a link is broken, or the English isn't the same as the French. You can send yourself a preview. So right on the right-hand side, preview and test. Send a test email. Write your email address. Send test. In a minute, I'm going to get the email in my inbox. And then I'll be able to click on all the links to make sure that it worked successfully. So again, I'm just going to go back to the campaign we sent. It's pretty good. 16 of you opened the email that we sent. 25% clicks, even though there's not much to click on. You're good sports. But basically, you see, it's instant like that. So if you're like me, you get hooked every hour. You're going to go check to make sure how many people opened it. Just going to go over, I think I pretty much covered, these are really the basics. I really just covered the basic on how to navigate in MailChimp, how to create a template, and how to send an actual campaign. And then we've obviously viewed the reports as well. Are there any questions? Because I covered all the material I wanted to cover. So I'll just give you a few seconds here to type something. But basically, in a nutshell, that's MailChimp. It's really, it's user-friendly to say the least. If you just, I learned from scratch myself just playing with it. No previous experience with it, and it's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, you can also feel free to give me a call or send me an email. It's my pleasure to assist you. In the meantime, while you think of a question to ask, I'm just going to ask you the other poll. It's going to launch now. So, do you feel more comfortable using MailChimp now? Be honest. I won't take it personally if 90% says no. It just means I'll have to do another webinar on MailChimp. I know it was fast, but I didn't want to go over the hour and just go over the basics. You can really play with it to gain a little bit more knowledge. So most of you responded to the poll. We'll close it. Are you ready for the results? Can I get a drum roll, please? Okay, good. Success. 83% of you do feel more comfortable using MailChimp. That's terrific. Yeah, it's a great way to send emails to your members because, again, it's mostly for the tracking because we all get this. I didn't get your email. I didn't get that message. I didn't know the union was holding a meeting. Well, actually, Sylvia, you did open the email at 2 p.m. Or, no, Robert, it's true, your email bounced. I do have a record of that. What's your new email address? So, just me geeking out again. Any questions? Last call for questions. So the webinar will be posted on our website most likely by the end of the day tomorrow. Website, Facebook, Twitter, on our YouTube channel as well. If you have any other subject matter you'd like to be covered in a webinar, send an email to myself or to any union rep you have, and we'll try to do our best to accommodate your requests.